Hello everyone, this is Latasha Blanton from the Real South Africa Travel and Tourism. And you're going to have the opportunity to travel with Phil Scott to
sunny South Africa. You guys are going to have the opportunity to come to Johannesburg, and you guys are going to be coming to Durban. And we're going to set it up perfectly. It's going to be like a luxury experience for you guys. At the same time, you're going to be getting some culture. And of course, you're going to get an opportunity to talk to Phil, hang out with Phil, and get his views on Africa and South Africa.
You're also going to get an opportunity to explore the lifestyles here that are available in South Africa. And we're going to do all that for you in an amazing 10 days. We do hope that you go to the website and book because we do look forward to seeing you here.
Absolutely. Our website is therealsouthafrica.com. Go there, scroll down. You'll see a picture of Phil and just go ahead and book there. So we'll see you here in what we like to call sunny South Africa.
Angolan billionaire Isabel dos Santos has lost the fight against freezing order over her assets. The billionaire lost the fight in London's High Court in the freezing of her $735 million worth of her assets. Dos Santos, Africa's first female billionaire whose father was the president, who was the leader for 38 years, she is facing corruption allegations, and she says that that's not true, and she has been a target of a long-running political vendetta. Isabel dos Santos is being sued by Angolan telecom operator Unitel, which asked the High Court to grant a worldwide freezing order over her assets at a hearing. And the judge ruled that her assets should be frozen. Over $700 million worth of her assets. This is not good news for her, and she has been going through it. Her husband just died a few years back in a mysterious circumstance. So Sindika Dokolo made a lot of money because Isabel dos Santos' father, then the president, allowed him to be involved in the country's diamond business. And there was a lot of allegation against him for embezzling money, taking those diamonds for really cheap and making profits that affected the country revenue and brought down the diamond income they could have gotten from that deal. Anyways, that's the guy that we are talking about. Sindika Dokolo passed away last week. It's alleged, we don't know for sure, but even the report that I read on says allegedly he died in a scuba diving accident. Condolences to his family and everybody who was mourning him. Isabel dos Santos and their children, we're sorry for your loss, but we have to talk about him, right? So let me tell you a little bit about him. We'll come back and discuss. Congolese businessman Sindika Dokolo, husband to Isabel dos Santos, Africa's richest woman and daughter of the former president of Angola, died Thursday in Dubai from a supposed scuba diving accident. His passing comes amid legal turmoils as with the arrival of current Angolan president. An anti-corruption move eventually had the couple see their assets frozen in Angola at the beginning of 2020 by the courts in light of allegations of illicit enrichment and money laundering. The Angolan justice system is talking about the embezzlement of more than $1 billion from public oil and diamond groups in a country where a third of the population lives below the poverty line. Sindika Dokolo and Isabel dos Santos have denied any wrongdoing, but for several years the couple had been considered in Europe by the banks as politically exposed personalities, that is, those at risk of corruption, according to a survey by the Swiss newspaper Le Temps. Sindika Dokolo once defended himself against the allegation of corruption. Quote, he said, quote, "I don't accept that we rich Africans should have to apologize or justify ourselves. I prefer that the wealth of the continent goes to a corrupt black man rather than a neo-colonialist white man." Her brother has been sentenced to go to prison because of his involvement when it comes to corruption, and she's been battling it out in court. Some of her assets back home has also been frozen, and now freezing is going to be worldwide. Like her home, her property in London, Monaco, and Dubai are going to be affected because of this freeze. If you remember, we talked about the leaked documents, and in those documents showed her signing off so many deals or being involved in allegedly a lot of corrupt dealings, and she was once Africa's richest woman. She was that girl, and she was rubbing shoulders with all these famous people, celebrities, wealthy people, important people in this world. And now she is basically fighting it out in court. And if this is not going to teach our leaders and their children, because she is the former president's daughter, and most of the things that she was involved in is because her father was the president, this should teach all of us that we need to do right by our people. If we're given the chance to serve our people, we should not be stealing from them. We should not be benefiting just ourselves and hurting the rest. What do you do with all that money, with the billions and billions of dollars that you have stolen from your people? It might not be today, but tomorrow you might pay for it. You're gonna be held accountable. And we have to say allegedly, but there's so much evidence that came out, and her family really took advantage of their own people, and look at where it got them. It's the reality of what they have done, and now they have to live through this as well. So they have to live through the consequences, and hopefully others can learn from this and do better, because you will not get away with it. You might feel like you're getting away with it today. It might not be tomorrow. It might not even be next year, but you will pay the price for the things that you have done in that leadership role and the money that you have taken from your own people. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wongel Zelalem.